Hi there. Today is March 2nd, and I just sat down and made the video for part four of my online workshop that I'm doing. And, I'm always really so amazed at how powerful things are when we really commit to doing them. And, like I've shared before, I've been doing this healing work for 19 years. And March 7th will actually be my 19-year anniversary. um, but now I'm creating my own system. I've done other people's work, and then I got cancer in 2018, and that was kind of the beginning of me pulling away from other people's work and creating my own thing, but not really ever knowing what that meant and what it was. And I'd say that I'm in the phase now where I'm ready to put into the world what it is I'm creating. And as I'm doing that, I'm still learning myself what that is, or still discovering. And I created this really cool deck. It's called Spirit Speaks, and there's 5 decks in one. And every one of the decks gives us a part of a message. So when you pull one card from each of the 5 decks, you get a message from Spirit. And it's just so powerful. And so I'm creating this online workshop because I want to work through all of the parts of the deck that are meant for us. I don't know if I'm saying that properly. But what I'm realizing now is what we're actually doing when I'm doing these sessions is freeing ourselves from some form of fuckery. And to me, fuckery is the things that people have shown us or taught us that are within limits, or that keep us believing certain things that limit us. And it's like we're shoved in these little fucking boxes. And until we face certain parts of our life, we're never going to free ourselves from that box. And so people spend their lifetime running and numbing because they don't want to face the fuckery. But the truth will set you free. That's what it says in the Bible. But the truth hurts first. And that's why I think people don't do this work, because it hurts. It's like emotionally painful to remember things that happened to us. And when other people show us, what am I trying to say? When other people are abusive in any way, shape, or form, we start to believe it. And what I feel is true is that the more strongly, the stronger the emotional reaction you had to the experience, the deeper you believe it to be true, or the deeper it programs you. And also the more repetitive it was, the more you believe it's true. So you might not believe that you're ever going to be able to create a successful business because everybody told you you couldn't. Or, you know, um, nobody in your life ever had a successful business. They worked jobs that they hated. And so that's what you subconsciously believe you need to do. But it's not true. I just was looking back on my life of the relationships that I've been in, and how I obviously believed that I deserved to be abused my whole life, because those are the people that I attracted. Um, and so, through the years, I've been really sitting and doing my work, which means feeling my emotions, questioning my thoughts, aligning with the truth, which is the divine, like the love and the joy and the peace and the truth that is available to us in every moment from the divine. We are that aligning with that which we are, and starting to really listen to the encouraging messages that everything is working out, that I am safe, that I am good enough to have a great man show up in my life, that I deserve that I deserve to run a successful business, that the work that I'm doing is valuable and meaningful. So I am I am freeing myself from the confines of those boxes that I've been placed in, but it's not easy because it's work every day. This morning I was up at 5:14 a.m. and I was stuck in some frantic thoughts about, somebody in my life is really actively trying to make my fucking life difficult. Well, am I going to sit and think about this annoying prick? Or am I going to sit and align with love and joy and peace and truth and create a beautiful business based on this beautiful work and make my own money so I don't have to worry about fucktards, not paying what they're supposed to be paying for child support or whatever the fuck it is. Like, right? We get to align with love. We get to believe in ourselves. We get to stop believing the stories that are not true. And, that is the work that I'm doing. And I'm a work in progress, right? Like I used to think, I used to think nonstop about my kids dying, and it worried me, and it consumed me. And all of a sudden, a few weeks ago, I just had this incredible healing where I don't worry about those things anymore. I don't think those thoughts anymore. So we never know what we're freeing, but when we do this work, we eventually free ourselves from something. And I wrote something came out today when I was doing this workshop, and I just want to share it. I said, when you free yourself from the fuckery, you realize how tightly it was caging you. And that's what's happening for me, is I'm starting to really notice how tightly I am still being caged by how certain people had treated me. And sometimes, we can't run away from, like, sometimes when, unfortunately, there are people in our lives that we wish that we could cut the fuck out and never see them, never talk to them, or never think about them again. But sometimes there's a tie that these people are still in our lives and still in our world. And we have to learn how to find peace and joy and love and truth, despite the fact that we still have to deal with certain people. I've had a few days where I wish I could escape this fucking world and a lot of the weird shit that's going on in it, but we can't. So we have to learn how to create our own joy and align with the peace and the joy and the love and do what we love every single day until we really do free ourselves from these needs to pay attention to things that are not bringing us peace and joy and love. And I've got this beautiful little puppy that I love so much, so I choose to spend a lot of time with him because he loves me every day. Anyway, I'm just sharing my insights every day because I feel like we're all in this together, and what we really need to do is cheer each other on, encourage one another, support one another, love one another, accept one another, because there are a lot of really, really great people in this world. There really are. So what we get to do, like I said, is love ourselves enough that we spend enough time every day aligned with the truth and joy and love, like I said, and peace, so that we get to a point, like there's going to be a point in my life where I'm not going to let stupid people, affect me. And hopefully that day comes soon, and I hope it comes soon for you too. So anyway, have a great